Hey, what's up foodies? Today I will be reviewing this place called Shakariki 432. It is a Japanese izakaya restaurant and it is located at Desa Sri Hartamas, just across the road from the crazy jam circles where places like Shin Nihon and Budojang are located. You know the circle where you almost can never find parking in Hartamas? Yeah, that one. So one thing unique about this restaurant is that it is a truly authentic Japanese restaurant in the sense that it is actually operated and managed by Japanese people. This means that you can expect quality levels which is on par with that of Japan. That is, if you have been to Japan before. Now, the layout of this restaurant is pretty cozy. It actually almost makes you feel like in Japan. Now, I've been to Japan before and because of the space limitations, most Japanese shops tend to feel rather tight and cozy instead of having luxurious space layout. Each section only seats a few people and seating occupancy is not very tight too, especially during this MCO times. From what I observed, SOP is pretty good here as all the staff wear masks as well as practice social distancing. If you haven't seen a female Japanese chef before, you will now in this restaurant because the head chef who prepares and handles your food is indeed a female chef who originates from Japan. She brings along with her original Japanese recipes which you will probably enjoy because you don't have to travel all the way to Japan to eat now. Now let's go over the food. While it is an izakaya restaurant and they do serve alcoholic drinks as well as a wide selection of food, we were actually here to try out the ramen menu. They have a selection of 4 types of broths for you to choose from. That's the original pork base, the shoyu base, the salted base, and finally the spicy pork base sauce. Whichever you choose, you won't be disappointed. The first thing that you will notice about the pork bone broth is that it is very thick and rich. Chinese people will refer to this as very gao. In fact, it is one of the most richest broth that I have ever tasted. The pork broth that you normally taste in local Japanese restaurants have been watered down and adjusted for Malaysian local taste. So if you really want to know what an original Japanese pork broth tastes like, this is probably your place. We also managed to sample the other broths to get a taste of what we missed out. If you are looking for something light, the shoyu broth tastes much lighter on the tongue and it provides a more soy-based herbalish flavor. If the pork broth was like running a 100-meter sprint, this one definitely feels like you're walking a dog in the park. It is much more soothing and relaxing to taste. We also tasted the salt-based ramen, which was surprisingly very appetizing as well. This broth really awakens your taste buds and has a nice hint of yuzu, which is like Japanese citrus. This gives the broth a very zesty taste and very floral aromatic smell. It actually makes a very good soup dish to drink alongside your main meal. Finally, the chef brought out one last experimental secret broth for us, which was actually the pork-based broth, and in my opinion, this one actually tasted the best among all the broths that we've tasted today. Why? Because this one is a milder version of the original pork-based broth and they have actually added kombu and other stuff into the broth to make it extremely delicious to drink. Unless you really like your soup to be super cow like the ones in Japan, you can actually try asking the chef if they can prepare this lighter version with kombu for you. I rate this as my favorite among all. You'll probably notice that the size of each bowl is smaller. That's because instead of the usual 120 gram of noodles which is standard in most places, this place actually gives you only 100 gram. If you're wondering why is it lesser, that's probably because they want you to try other types of food as well from their vast array of dish selection, and that is why they don't stuff you with noodles. Of course, if you don't feel that is enough, you can always add on more. What about pricing? I would say that the prices here are rather competitive in this category of food. Because they have such a wide variety of food selection, you will probably find a suitable dish for you that can fit your budget. But having said that, you might also easily rack up a huge bill if you accidentally order too many types of food because you want to satisfy your curiosity. I would say that an average of 20 to 30 ringgit should be enough to enable you to have a nice and simple meal here. Overall, Shakariki 432 is a very nice and cozy place to dine, much like an undiscovered gem in the heart of Hartamas. The staff are very friendly and they will gladly explain to you any questions you have about the food. In fact, they are Japanese people, so if you understand Japanese, it will be even easier for you to communicate with them. And if you're looking for a place to chill and unwind after work, Shakariki 432 is a nice place to hang out where you can get a nice assortment of quality food, alcohol, and even enjoy the very nice Japanese vibes this place brings. Will I come back again? Yes, of course. This place definitely earns a solid 4/5 star for me.